Alright, so I'm back, and today we are going to be taking a look at a re-review. Only this time I'm just going to be completely, forgetting everything I did on the first one. Just get a whole new fresh start. And that is the maketoys Paladin Chaos figure, aka their Fallen. And the reason why I'm redoing this is I do think that part of my hatred for this figure before was due to the fact that there were so many delays. I mean, this thing was like 4 or 5 months delayed, something like that, almost a year, maybe. Well, from when I ordered it till I got it, it was like 4 months, and it said that it was going to be out any time. So, now that initial, is done, we're going to relook at it, and I also was like, well, I'll rebuy it, because I sold my original one. So I bought another version of him, brand new, to see if the same issues on this one present on this one. And also, I wanted to split the videos out, because essentially it is two different figures. You know, you got your, here's the box real quick, but basically you got your Paladin figure, because it's Paladin / Chaos, and this is the Chaos armor, or this is the Paladin figure, this is the Chaos armor, making the Fallen all together. So we're going to do a review on just Paladin. We're not going to do a review on the armor right now. I'm actually going to review these simultaneously, and I'm going to put this video up first and then this video up later today. So you'll probably actually get 3 videos from me today, because I have another video in the works too. So anyway, so yeah, he comes with this. This is one of his accessories, but we're not going to focus on that. Unlike, normally we do look at all the accessories. We're going to treat them like 2 separate figures this time. So here he is in his robot mode. These knives do come off, and you can slide them into his hand. Now he doesn't hold these very well at all. They are actually really, really flimsy. You might be able to get him to hold it tighter if you push it in a little bit harder, but I'm really hesitant on doing that, because this is very, as you can see, that's a very small piece of plastic there. So if you're really wanting him to hold a sword, you can clip them together like you would the Fallen sword here, and you can plug the whole sword in his hand, and he holds that one pretty well. So it's a little big for him, but that's all you can really do. So setting that off to the side. His turrets, just sit on his back. They don't really have handles on them, so he can't really hold them as like giant rifles or anything like that. So he's got the sword, and that's really all he's got for weapons, until you get into the other armor. So I mean, that's a whole different story there. So head is on a ball joint. It gets kind of hindered pretty much everywhere it looks. So yeah. Shoulders on a ball joint. Gets a good range of motion, except it does get caught on this armor up here. He's got a bend at the elbow and then a ball joint on the elbow, so it gets good range of motion there. Nothing at the hand. Now you can have this plate right here up that fills his chest in a little bit better, but you lose the waist. If you flip this down, he gets a really big crotch, as you can see, and he's got a hollow stomach, but he gets the waist. So it's kind of however you like it. I prefer that, just to keep the waist, or lose the waist, but fill in that stomach. And robots really don't need giant crotches either. The legs on a ratchet up and down. Just a swivel out, no ratchet there. Swivels at the thigh, bends at the knee, and he's got a little bit of a toe pivot as well. So yeah, that's all his accessories. So let's go ahead and flip them over into robot mode. So first thing you want to do is take the arms and you kind of fold them up, and then you'll fold the hands in. So you just fold them in like so. Just like that. And you're just bringing them up. There's a little slot right there that'll plug into this little tab right there. So just bring that up, just like so. And then you fold these panels down, and they just kind of do nothing really. Oh, there's a little nub right here that'll come underneath this little plate right there. There we go. As you can see, it works, I guess. It's not... This figure really wasn't designed for this mold mode, I don't think. And that's not an insult to maketoys. It's just, I really don't think this was designed. I mean, I think they had their bottom line idea in their head being the Fallen. You want to take these pieces here and you rotate them up like so. Slide this around. And you want to fold this toe, comes down and around like so. And down and around like so. These two will, there's a little plug here, a little slot right there. They'll slide in and give it a good push, and that is basically what you have for his tank mode. You can take these pieces and rotate them up. I suppose we can do that. And there's a little peg hole right here, and this little peg can peg in right in there. So just peg that in. Like so. Take the sword, split it apart, and it just fits up there, like so. And there you go. There is the Paladin figure in tank mode. As you can see, it's not all that interesting. It has no treads. I mean, it's got treads, but it's got no wheels to make the figure roll at all. I mean, it's just pretty much all smooth. Turret does not rotate. I mean, really, it just sits there. There's really nothing else to this thing. Which I have to say is a little disappointing for a tank. I know how the way the figure transforms. That'd be hard to do it, but I wish the turret would move up and down and rotate around at least. I could forgive the treads, but I can't forgive the turret not doing anything. That's a big gripe for me. It's a tank. Tanks do have mobility, especially from a figure called Mobine. The Mobine series. Well, it's not a very mobile figure to fit in that series. So yeah, like I said, it's a brick. So there's nothing else to really show off there. So let's get back into robot mode. So take off the swords. You want to split the legs. Extend them down, rotate them forward like so, and then this will flip up like that, just like so. Flip these down, flip this whole arm assembly down. It's real simple, real easy. There's nothing too spectacular going on here. Although he's a little bit more satisfying than Dive Bomb. We'll get into that later. And you can take this armor here, and I guess you can fold it up like this, try and get out of the way, but then you lose all up and down movement. I mean, he's a brick in vehicle mode. He's got more posability in robot mode, but not by much. You know, he's decent. He's a decent little figure. For his size, you know, he's decent for his size, I guess. So let's go ahead and get some size comparisons done, and then we'll do my final thoughts. So here he's next to the Seeker mold, the classic Seeker mold, and he's about half a head taller. He definitely has more bulk to him, though. Here is the eye gear Seekers. As you can see, it comes up to about mid-chest on the eye gear Seeker. So that's a pretty good size scale there. And here he is next to Masterpiece Car. And again, you know, watch my Autobot review, or my Auto Army review, and my Decepticon Army review. If there's anybody in particular you want to see them compared to, just let me know. But all in all, I think this figure, it suffers from, you know, being a part of a set. It's not a very good individual figure. So, you know, I really don't want to give a rating to this thing because it is a set. But since I said I'm going to review them separately, I will have to give him a 6 out of 10. You know, he's pretty decent for his size, but he's not representing any character that we're really missing, as far as I know, unless, you know, there's something I'm missing. I mean, I know the overall figure will be the Fallen, but this is not the Fallen. This is just a little minifigure that combines into the Fallen. So as this is, it's not filling any voids. I would say if this was sold by itself, it'd be an easy pass. You know, it's kind of a weak offering, in terms of necessity. Like I said, it's not filling any voids, and it's not doing anything that's, you know, like the Fans Projects, did the, Hearts of Steel line. I can't remember his Steel Core. You know, he was very well engineered, it looked like, and you know, he had aspects of him that were like different than other figures, that really set him apart. So I would definitely say, you know, this guy falls short of that. So anyway, so that's the Paladin figure. So and I think, like I said, 6 out of 10, maybe, if that. It's a disappointing offering, to be honest, but that's not all there is. So we'll see if he improves with the next bit.